Okay, I think this is recording. Yeah, and this light is making my face way too white than I should be. I'm not even white. I'm like brown. I'm a Shandian. Oh, whatever. This is my first, I guess you would say, a video of me putting myself out there on the internet, but whatever. So, the reason I'm doing this is because, I recently started doing pickup, and the reason I been doing it because motivation basically. I have a cousin who's like 6 months younger than me, and he gets like all the girls, and like he gets all the girls. I, on the other hand, have never had a girlfriend in my life. Never ever. Um, the reason I'm doing this is because I just want to, I'm already 18 now, and I want to prove the world that I can get a girlfriend, and then I'm not lazy, or I'm not, I'm just not like that socially awkward kind of guy. No. Uh, Over the years, I've seen some few changes. Like, let's go back all the way to eighth grade. I was the most socially awkward person you'll ever meet. And I am gonna say some disgusting stuff over here. Like, I probably didn't shower at that time. I probably didn't shower. Like, I probably showered once a week, maybe. I don't remember, but I saw some pictures and I could see that I haven't showered. My face was just really dark. I had acne's all over the place and whatnot. I had long hair back then too, and I only had like about 2 or 3 friends. Yeah, and I wasn't known by that many people. Fast forward to fast forward to ninth grade and 10th grade. I was still I improved a lot about my personal hygiene, but yeah, I still didn't have any friends. I had like one friend, and that's about it. I knew people, but really they were just my acquaintances. They were never really my friend. I never really partied with them. And then fast forward to 11th grade, um, I didn't hang out with that guy anymore. I found some 2, 3 other people. Didn't really have that many friends, but I connected with other people. Like, I started hanging out with my cousin more, and he took me to a lot of parties and stuff. I started connecting. I started building a relationship with other people. I kind of got over the social anxiety and stuff, and people started recognizing me after that. And now I'm in 12th grade. This is my last year. I'm not still really that known, but I am like I'm not known as a socially awkward person, and this light is bothering me. It is making my face way too white, so I'm gonna move back a little bit. And right now it is like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I just wanted to do this because I saw some people posted on the Project Go website. So yeah, so recently this year I started picking up, and for like I done like only I only went one time day gaming, and the only success was like about 2 girls, and the way how I approached them was like as a friendly guy, not like a, oh, I want, you're cute or ballsy or anything. I just made up some bullshit lie and just like, like that. Um, I have done night gaming like 3 or 4 times. The first time I did night gaming, all I did was went down 6th Street. I had my own car. I snuck out, um, and I went out to 6th Street. It was during a weekend. It was a lot of crowded people. It was during like Halloween time, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna go and see what's up. I didn't talk to anyone. I did not socialize with any girls over there. Yeah, I socialized with guys, but it was like 30 seconds. But I didn't talk to them like, hey man, what's up, man? How's it going and stuff. I didn't talk to them at all. Yeah, I don't know. Fast forward a week. Yeah, I said a week. Yeah, I say a week. Yeah, I go back again during another weekend, and I was still I I thought before I went, I was like, yeah, today I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get girls. I might even end up getting head or anything. Turns out, same thing almost happened, but except what I did was like, I was like, you know what, fuck it. If I screw up, I screw up. I don't care. Before I went there, I saw Willie Beck's video on the negative rejection, and this was like a week ago, actually, a weekend, last weekend. It was last weekend, yeah. Last weekend was my second approach, second night gaming, and I approached a few girls. They were like, yeah, I don't know, like they were like just being weird, you know. The first approaches are honestly, swear to God, the most. Right now, like I'm shaking because it's cold. The heater's not on. That's how it feels. Like those are the first. That is what it literally feels like for the first approaches. So I literally need to get over this cold, and maybe then I might just get over the first approaches. But I'm pretty sure even like the most legit, like the most professional pickup artists, even is afraid on their first approaches. Um, but yeah, like but the first approaches were like, yeah, no, whatever. I went up to this group of girls. There were like two girls, and I was like just talking to them, and I did try Willie Beck's Willie Beck. It sounds like Dick, but whatever. Willie Beck. I'm sorry, Willie, if you're watching this, but I screwed up on your name way too many times. But Willie Beck's rejection mindset. I tried using that. I said, yeah, you're horrible looking, you're ugly, and then she just went off on me. It's like, yeah, blah blah blah, you can't do that, and blah blah blah. She's like, you were drunk, and she was like, yeah, if you wanted to pick up girls, you could, like, you know, just compliment them or something. I'm like, you know what? I was not raised right. I just made this bullshit up. My father cared about me a lot. I just told him some bullshit like that. Yeah, my father always beat me up when I was young and stuff, so I'm just taking out the anger on people. But she was still not feeling. She left with her friend, and she was like, "Yeah, go. Like, if you wanted to get a bitch, you need to, you know, step up your game, not like going around calling people." So I stopped that like right after that, and I approached a few more girls, and then I see this group of African American. I'm not trying to be stereotypical. I could say black people, but it might put out the wrong word or the wrong meaning to some people. But I'm not really racist at all. Trust me, I'm Indian. I get made fun of a lot for being Indian, and especially with the last name Ahmed. Yeah, figure that one out. Um, so I see this group of African American. They're African American men, to be exact. They were like all like huddling up, and they're like trying to take turns. They're like, "Hey man, you should go," or like, "Hey dude, yo man, you should go in. Yeah, you can totally do this." They're like all like just hyping each other up, but they're not doing anything. And I was there. I was like, "Yeah, what's up? What's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, do you see this hot girl over there? She's wearing no bra. She's like wearing a dress. Her titties are hanging out." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I was kind of intimidated by that when I saw that. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is probably gonna crash and burn." But you know what I said? I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna go and do it. So I go up to the group of girls, and I tell the really hot chicks, probably her best friend, I give her off my phone, and I'm saying, you need to record this. And she's like, wait, what's going on? And I say, I'm gonna do something really crazy right now, and you guys are gonna get involved. And she's like, what does this have to do with any of us? And I'm like, nothing. Just, I point to the really hot chick and say, you're counting, and to the girl I gave my phone to, you're recording. What I start doing? I start doing push-ups, okay? I'm doing push-ups, and the really hot one just comes and sits on my back. I even have video proof. I'll probably put it up later tomorrow. But, yeah. She starts, she didn't really have a good balance, so I couldn't really, like, you know, do a push-up with her, but it would be cool if I did. But she fell, and I picked her up, I picked her up, I took her hand, and I went to my phone, turned it off, and we had a pretty good conversation. We were like, "Hey, what's up? How are you doing?" She told me her name. I told her my name, and then her friends were like, cock blocking me. So they're like, "Yeah, we need to go really bad." And I'm like, "Okay, wait 2 more minutes. Let me talk, and we'll never meet again." So I'm still holding her hand. I tore her, and then I talked to her about like how this is fun and how she's having fun, and then like I try to physically escalate it by grabbing her by her waist, bringing her towards me, and initially going for the makeout, but really I'm like hugging her and talking to her, and I'm still talking to her. I'm like just talking about random stuff, like how 6th Street is fun and how this interaction is being fun, and like how I'm like also making fun of like all the other guys over there. Like I'm saying, "Hey, you see those guys over there? Yeah, they're trying to hit up on you, but they didn't have the balls, so I just decided I just come by, even if I crash and burn." So I told her my initial intention, and she was like, "Oh, that's fine," and she was just going for it. She was drunk, so she was like just down for it, and her friends left her. Like she said, "You know what? Just go home. I'll come back. I'll go home like in 2 minutes or so." So I was like, "Hey, do you really need to go home right now?" And she was like, "Yeah, I need to really go home. I'm really drunk and stuff." So I was like, "Is it okay if I take you home?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's totally fine." So I grabbed her by her waist again, and we walk. Yeah, I took her back to her apartment, but the funny thing was, all of the black guys that saw me do it, and all the people that were passing by me, they were calling me out. Like, not people, but like mainly guys that were trying to hook up over there. They're all calling me out. They're calling me, "Yeah, this young gay kid's going out with this really hot woman and stuff," and that fandom was freaking me out for a bit. I thought that was a fucking ghost, but that's not. It's 2 in the morning. I'm not talking really loudly, or otherwise I would be. I'm living with my parents, so you can understand why I can't bring a girl back home. And, yeah. So the next day, I have work, and then, I didn't expect to work with this really cute chick, but, I just ended up working with her, and we were just talking about, like, where did she go to school, how did she meet, like, one of my friends that worked there, and, yeah, we were just talking, and then, like, later on during my break, I went out and got myself a NOS. And a NOS is an energy drink, and it is also a nitrous oxide bottle for all you gearheads out there, if you are following me on this channel. But, yeah, I just go by a NOS, like a 14 or 16 ounce. I think it was a 16, but, it doesn't really matter. But, I bought it because just to focus on work. I was freaking out at that time during work because like I'm talking to this super hot chick over here. Plus I'm working in the ladies department. Yeah, I work at a retail store, and then and yeah, it kind of put me on focus, and it kind of like helped me boost my motivation more. So it is almost time for us to go home. We're almost getting on our breaks. It's 4 p.m. And I'm also texting that other chick I met last night because I got her number. And, yeah, I forgot to tell you this, but I tried to, like, hook up with her at her apartment when I walked her back. But she was like, "No, I'm not feeling it tonight, so you need to go home." So, yeah, I just went home. So back to the next day. I asked that chick, like, "Hey, have you eaten lunch yet?" And she was like, "No, not yet." And I was like, "Do you want to go out and get something?" And she agreed. I took her, and, we had lunch. We had some pretty good conversation. I don't remember right now what we talked about. Probably about school, probably about her ethnicity, and probably about how she speaks 2 languages just like me. I don't remember. About my family, about her family. I don't remember. But yeah, it was a pretty good like instant date kind of thing. And at the same time, I was texting the other chick too, but neither of them knew I was like doing that. But I don't really consider it as cheating because I haven't really, had sex with them or made out with them yet. And then I go over downtown to her apartment, picked her up, took her to Baskin Robbins. We bought an ice cream. I parked somewhere, and then I parked before we went to Baskin Robbins, and then we were literally close by the Lake Austin, so we walked over there. I was like, hey, let's go for a walk, and then we walked, and she was like telling me sorry about last night and how she was drunk and how she rejected me on that. She really shouldn't, and I was like, it's alright, maybe another day. And then our ice creams are done, and I'm going in for the kiss. She makes out with me, and I haven't talked to that girl ever since. She hasn't texted me back. I haven't texted her back. So yeah, I guess it was over. And but I can actually brag about it now that I actually like made out with a really hot chick. To my 5 years ago myself. That yeah, if I probably done that back then, I probably would be not in this state right now recording this. But yeah. So yesterday was Veterans Day. It was yesterday. Yesterday was Veterans Day, and right now it's 2/13 Wednesday. Tuesday was Veterans Day. Monday night at 11, my parents go to sleep. I posted on the group page. It's like, should I go night gaming tonight? And they're like, yeah, it's worth the try, dude. It's always like worth it. So I go out. I went to 6th Street. There was literally nothing going on. There were one or two. There were like about 5 or 10 bars open. Not even crowded. The streets were like just a ghost town. So I'm passing by this bar, and this guy, he was smoking cigarettes, and he sees me, and he makes eye contact with me. I make eye contact with him, so I'm like trying to get into God mode, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, yeah, nothing much, and like we start a conversation. We spark a conversation right there. Turns out this guy was also night gaming too. He's not from Simple Pickups. He's from like something else. I forgot what he said, but he has his own blogs about how to pick up girls and stuff. This guy's kind of experienced. So I was like, okay, let's see how you do. So we go out, we both venture out, and we both pick up these two chicks. I didn't get one of their numbers, but he got the other one's number. But he was like a really good experienced pickup artist. So I'm like, I'm actually thinking about picking up tomorrow morning. Yesterday morning. Well, not yesterday morning, I guess around 3 or 4 at UT campus day gaming. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'm down. I'm going to hiking like 11 or 12, 1ish. And so we met up yesterday. And this guy, turns out, he's a really good pickup artist and a good wingman. We established a good connection. He gave me his number, I gave him his number, and I always ask him for help. He asked me for help. So once we met today, we established this, like, the first approach will be the code approach, the very awkward approach, because it is day gaming, and no one's drunk, no one's on anything, so it'd be harder for us. So we established that, and we also established that every time we see a cute girl that we don't approach, we have to do 15 push-ups, and which he agreed to. So we're going up to the campus, and we're about to cross the crosswalk, and then let me recall for a minute. Yeah, we're about to cross over and over to UT, and we're stopped at the stoplight, the crosswalk light, whatever you want to call it, and we see these two girls, not that cute looking, and he tells me, he's like, yeah, you should go approach that girl, and I'm gonna approach this one, and I still had that feeling. It's like, the bitch butterflies. That's what I want to call it. I mean, that's what everyone calls it, the bitch butterflies. I'm like, I don't know. She's kind of ugly. She's got like a mustache growing almost. So I was like, you know what? First approach, most awkward approach. Let's get over it. Let's get over with it. Went up to her. I was like, hey, what's up? And she's like, do I know you and stuff? And I just made up some bullshit lies. Like, yeah, we met at a party. You remember like 2 days ago? And she's like, yeah, I don't remember. Blah blah. Kind of awkward conversation. I was like, yeah, no, I remember you. Like, and she's like, you probably must have messed it up with someone else. I'm like, nope, it's you. And then she like just walked off. And he also was talking to this other girl. He was in a pretty good conversation from what I heard over. I can hear miles away. And after he was done, he congratulated me. He's like, "Hey, good job, man." And I was like, "Yeah, you too. You had a good connection." And then we went around campus. We went and then we went by this library, and we see these two hot chicks walking by us. We didn't do the approach, so we both did 15 push-ups, and then we went over UT. This is UT campus. I live in Austin, Texas, so UT, and we go by the main tower that lights up whenever UT win. Well, it always lights up, but it lights up orange whenever UT wins something. And we were by that place, and we see these two other girls. They're yelling out loud, and not like screaming, but they're like talking out loud. Not even like yelling or anything. They're just talking out loud about like how one of them is going to Paris. And then Hiko opens up. He's like, "Yeah, so where are you going to Paris?" And then they're like kind of awkward. So like I was like, you know what? Let's make this conversation more like relaxed. So he said something to relax them. We just met. We were like, "Hey, my name is Saz. This is my friend Justin," and we're just meeting each other. And he's like made up some bullshit that he used to go here, and he's trying to convince me to go here. And then we start a conversation about convincing me to come over here. They were like telling me what am I gonna major in. Now, I'm still in high school, and no, I haven't failed high school yet, or don't plan on it. But I'm only 18, so I just turned 18 like 2 months ago. So yeah, go figure. And I just made up some bullshit that I'm gonna be majoring car engineering, and they were like, "Yeah, this is a really good place for car engineering. Just think about how much a career it would be if you did car engineering." So I was like, "Okay, all right." So we kind of ended that conversation over there. We went to a library, not a library, like a not business class, something like that. We talked to this girl. Not a really interesting conversation, and then we go by the dorms, and there's a bus stop, and we're passing by, and I see this really cute blonde chick just sitting by herself, not listening to anything. She's just sitting over there waiting for the bus. So I point to my wingman and say, "Hey man, that girl's pretty cute." Before that we were just approaching like girls in a group so we could both get someone for each, you know. And this guy, he's like, "Yeah, man, you should go for it. You spotted her out." And then I passed by her. I didn't approach. So what I did was like, and he's like, "Man, you gotta do 15 push-ups." All right. So I did 15 push-ups right over there on the spot. She noticed that I was doing 15 push-ups, and that's when it clicked. I should probably go in and talk to her. I did my 15 push-ups, went over there, and I talked to her. I was like, "Hey, I think you're really cute, and the reason I did that push-up was because I challenged my friend, like, if we pass by a really cute girl and we don't talk to her, we have to do 15 push-ups." I stated my intentions, and after that, and she's like, "Oh, okay," and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Saz, nice to meet you," and she tells me her name. "Hi, I'm this," and I asked her, I was like, "Hey, is it okay if I sit right next to you?" And I sat right next to her, and I started a conversation. I talked about what she was majoring in, and she said she was trying to major in theater. I have done theater for the last 3 years of my life in high school, and it easily connected with me. Theater, I did theater shows, I assisted directed theater shows, I even made some plays of my own, and we kind of did it. It was alright. But I was really into theater. I kind of still am. I love acting. I want to be an actor. So I asked her, like, "Hey, so is it anytime soon I will be seeing you in Broadway?" She's like, "No, I'm not like kind of like that. I'm just like I like theater. Maybe like you might see me in movies and stuff." I was like, "Oh, okay. I love movies too. My favorite actor was Paul Walker," which is actually pretty true. I've actually liked him ever since I first saw his movie. And I was pretty devastated when he died, but I don't want to go into that detail right now. But yeah, we talked, and then I was like, "Hey, I'm kind of running out of time. I gotta go meet back up with my friend, and we have some things to do in his dorm." And he's like, "Oh, okay, all right." And I was like, "Is it okay if I can get your number?" I pulled out my phone. She gave me her number. That was a mission success. And then I met up with my wingman, and then we go off, and we're trying to get some more girls. And I helped him out, get him seal the deal with another girl. By that I mean get her number, not having sex in public. Because that's gonna be weird in the morning, especially. Who does that? Well, not even morning. In the daylight, who even does that? Unless if you're like a player, but we're not. We're not players. Nope. 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 Yeah, that was unnecessary, but I still did. But whatever. But yeah, after that, we tried approaching more girls. They weren't really into it. We were like, hey, high five, hey, how's it going? How's your day been going? High five, blah, blah, blah. We got a lot of ignores and stuff, but just remember, this happens to everyone. It's just been cut out. Like, whenever people record it, they cut out those parts, and they put out the best parts, not the rejection, because they want to look good. And since this is a uncut webcam point of view, I guess. I don't know what you say it, but yeah, this is an uncut of my story of me picking up girls and how I'm being truthful about rejections. And I will say, there are a lot of times when you're trying to get a girl's number and she will say, yeah, no, I'm not feeling comfortable with that. You can actually get over that easily. You don't have to be super emotional. There are people that get emotionally depressed about that. But I kind of got over that. Like, over the years, I've actually asked out girls, and I have got rejected so many times that it's not even funny. I still don't have a girlfriend. That's because I just stopped. I stopped at 9th grade. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I am not asking out any more girls. In 9th grade, I asked out like 1 or 2 girls. They rejected me. I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm just gonna wait till college. So yeah, that was my story for today, and I plan on actually like recording more as the days go by. And by that I mean like my days of picking up. So let's say if I do happen to go out tomorrow and try to pick up girls, I will report on it and I will record it exactly how it goes. I know this is a rushed video because it's almost 30 minutes long right now, and I don't think YouTube is gonna allow me to do that, but yeah, but that was just my today's story. I haven't really told you most of the story. I just wanted to just condense plot, middle, and it right now. So it's kind of like a shorter version of the bigger story. Maybe in the future I might, if there are like something magical happens, like the best pickup of my life, I will probably make the whole story. But this is a start for me. So please leave a like and comment on what you thought about this. Comment on maybe what should I improve on when I'm trying to tell the story. I'm down for anything, as long as it is not saying like, yeah, you're a faggot, man, or anything. I probably will delete that comment or block you. But some criticism, you know, like constructive criticism. I am slurring with my words right now. I am tired. I've been walking around all day. It is 2:30 in the morning. I have class tomorrow, so peace out. See you next time.